Everybody, welcome to another Simulation Sunday Community Spotlight. Uh, as a lot of you have probably been doing, um, everybody's testing out new loadouts for the two loadouts, and that's what I was doing up until like 10 minutes ago. Really trying to hammer down a good DPS loadout for my rage. I think I have something down for this guy. I don't remember why I put this loadout together for this guy. So... Okay. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. I was looking at it and I'm like, why did I do this for this character? But it makes a lot more sense now. Okay. But yeah, so everybody's trying out the new loadouts, and that's pretty sweet. But that's what I've been spending I was spending a lot of time making a new battle tank loadout for my character. Pretty much an AoE based one, and then one that's more or less a single target for like bosses and things. But let's go ahead and look at the style part of the game, because I like what Barry Allen's got going on over here. They've got the old-fashioned Savitar that nobody's really going to remember because everybody's used to like the show version. So I thought it was kind of nice that they made the comic book version. Let me see if I can find them here. Let me just go closer here. There you go. What's up, Chosen? How's it going? Yeah, so look, this is pretty nice for a Savitar. Very nice. They're just trying to figure out the aura at this point, but very nice piece. And then we have Patrick Eel over here, and if you know, that is the real name of Plastic Man in the comics, his civilian name. So there you go. I kind of feel that the wet paint or like the glossy finish are better for this, because they'll match better with the skin. Where I think with this, like the shirt, they're trying to get around it by using a different shirt, but it's kind of baggy. Doesn't look well for Plastic Man. He's very skin tight. And then we have Damien over here. Not bad. I kind of like the gold finish around the armor on some areas. It's not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. I probably would have preferred to have the belt like a different color, like that be a green or something on there to kind of break away, because it's like you got a lot of black here, but there's no like other third color to break up the monotony of all the black coming through. So I would have probably used a green on the belt or something to kind of break that up a little bit, because I feel like it was just a bit too much in one direction. We got Anarchist Ranger over here, so let's take a look. So they got their Lobo style going. Obviously, they're trying to get that like the Lobo skin look, with like the tattoos around the eyes or the dark areas around the eyes. Now I think about it, they could make it like a different face style for like the beard, but I think if you want to have the whole face thing, make a skin type for that. That'd be something cool for them to make, is make like a skin type for Lobo. Like a whole new skin that has like his facial markings and everything, and the red eyes and all that. I think that'd be pretty nice. And then we have, I'm gonna look at Shadowcat Pride over here. Where are they? There we go. It's not bad. I kind of wish they'd fix these dragons already. They were supposed to like go up a little higher next to your character and move a little bit, but now they kind of just do a weird tilt thing and they're not animated anymore. I feel like that's something. I don't know. I kind of feel like that was something they should have worked on, like, I don't know, a little bit to get that fixed. But I'm very excited for the new suits that are gonna come out. Obviously, if you saw the live stream, they have the Absolute Superman suit that's coming out, and then it looks like a Gray Lantern suit will be coming out as the vendor gear for the next DLC. So that seems to be really exciting, and I'm very happy to see it. And you got everybody rocking the White Lantern material. I'm not sure if I have it on this guy, now that I think about it. Should be under L's. No. So we passed right by it. So Last Sun. Okay, so I gotta get it on this character. I know Iconic has a bunch of the marks on there. This guy doesn't have very many marks. He's very short of the Accordion Crown. Because I know that's what, 75 for that. So I don't know. Maybe I can run a mission or two and I can get it. And then we have Circe Weaver over here. Very nice Circe inspired style. I like how the eyes match the hair and the Hecate's crown around that. Very nice. Let's see. Got Rachel Roth over here with their Raven style. I like the lone red diamond on that suit. That's very nice. And like the claws on the hands. It just shows that we need more items to have claws on them, like more hand styles. So that'd be kind of nice. And then we got Omnivirus over here. So that very much looks like a Darth Maul if I ever seen one. So it's cool that they tried to make that happen. Maybe something will come out of that pretty soon. So I think they got their Savitar figured out for the aesthetic around them. So we'll take a quick little clip. Because I like it when people kind of go into the, you know, the, how do I want to say it? They you know, make good on a lot of the classic comic book characters. Because I feel like they get overlooked a lot. Let's look at Conrail. Oh, I can see their emblem at the beginning. So it's funny that we see it now. Yeah, so if anybody's wondering how they get this neckline to work, I hate to say it, it's not a good chest style, but it's one of the only ones that allow you to do it. It's the ancient tunic of Urgrund, I believe. It takes the emblem. The emblem's kind of small though, but let me see here. There we go. This one. And you obviously can't see it because of like the skin tone I have for the character, but see how it's like a low neckline. The only thing is you have these bulky arms you gotta cover up, so you have to use something that's like goes up beyond the arm enough to cover that up to make it look somewhat decent. And then you have kind of like the weird, like, I wouldn't say it was ugly because I actually like the style, but, you know, like, in terms of, like, a Superman style, you know, like, you have to do a lot of, like, masking to mask that up. I did use this chest style for a Superman style in one of my videos when it came down to, like, the black suit Superman. But I had this all like blacked out with like a void, so it made sense. So you couldn't really quite tell in the video because, you know, it worked really well for that style. but with a style that requires you to have some kind of visibility on the actual chest style, then it's like, all right, it's not going to be the greatest, but you know, it's one of the options you have out there. But it's one of those things where it's like, we really need like a good Superman chest style, and we really need a good Superman chest style, and we need a good Sinestro Corps chest style. That's what we need as well. Because I mean, I'm a rage player on my main, but even I can recognize that, like, you know, Sinestro Corps players kind of got screwed out of it when it came down to getting a legitimate like style for their Lantern Corps set. You know, just because they had it cut off at the sleeves, and it's like, why, you know, like, why are you doing that? So they kind of got shafted with that. So it would be nice if they got like a legit chest style, maybe do a chest and leg combo. You know, I think that's all you really we need to do is make like a bodysuit. I mean, that kind of reminds me that back in the day there was somebody who even did like concept art for like power set like bodysuits, which I thought was really cool back in the day. But I think that was like back in 2015-16. So let me catch up on chat here. Counts as I modified Cardok crew style recently. When you look, have a chance. I can't get close because I'm villain. Chosen says I've been working on a style by combining the super suits used with the Golden Age heroes from the Incredibles. Chosen says also adding comic shaped material on as well. YouTube Small says, hey, kinda, can you rate mine? Let me know which style that is, YouTube Small. Chosen says, where's style from? I'm guessing you were asking about the Urgren style. That is from a briefing, I believe, from like the old gods, like DLCs. Yeah. Delio says, I love Little Bohemia, and then counts as swapping characters. So I'm guessing this is YouTube Small over here. Let's take a look. I don't think it's terrible, but I feel like it's like super dark, and it needs, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna go dark, you need to go like pure black dark, and then have other like interesting attributes that highlight around you or something. You have to be either interesting by color, by detail, or by like texture. And I feel like this needs one of those. I mean, I think the style combination is great. I just feel like there needs to be something going on. So if it's going to be dark black, there has to be something else cool that works well with it. I'll try to find an example here, if I can. But back in the day, let me make this real quick here for you. Back in the day, I made this weird like skull suit, and like that. And then I did the face style was the demonic gemstone. We'll just buy that out now. Shoulders, none. Chest, I'm just gonna do the skeleton one if I can find it. I don't have skeleton. Okay, then it's gonna be slimline it is. I could do the new Witch Mother hands on this. Waist, I'll do cosmic shaper, and then legs going to be, should be slimline. There we go. What else? Oh, and then I did the back as Doomsday. So it was just a very dark style, but because I had it all blacked out, so I'm gonna have it all blacked out, so head everything. So Head's gonna be blacked out, eyes are gonna be blacked out, and then I did the teeth, I made them a white. Or if you want to be real atomically correct, then you could do like a yellowish like color, like as if the teeth are kind of like off-white or whatever. And then the face style, charitable sparkle. Let me see if I have the black neon. Okay, so I don't have the black neon, but I used the black neon on my original style for it. But this is on Iconic, so I actually had it. Yeah, so I'll do shaded on that. And then we black that out. Chest style, we black that out. Oh, I know a chest style I can use. I could use the old Trigon chest style. Trigon shirt. Take the... And then the legs, we'll make those the Trigon legs. And then waist, I could probably change that to like a weird like dark metal. But see what I'm doing here? It's like I want more of that as like a dark, like there we go. And then the hands, I'll make the claws, I'll make them like that color, and then I'll blend that in. What's that color again? Oh, that's okay. All right. Hands. I'm just gonna black this whole entire thing out for that. And then I did the enhanced smiling. We'll black that out. We'll black that out. And then we'll do that. I think I'm just gonna do the regular smiling. I think I had used the regular smiling on there. Smiling. There we go. But it was kind of something like that. But see how it's like it's very dark, but you have, you know, obviously if I had the neon, like you'd have the crystals would be bright as well, like they were supposed to be like glowing basically, but you want to have something interesting, you know, for them to look at. And then I think I used like the black smoke. I didn't have the plasmic, I had the black smoke that I used. So it really focuses in on the character, and you don't even need the emblem. You could say, oh, I don't even want the emblem. You just go for that. And that was one of my old styles. And if you want to be like, if you want to keep it like super correct, like you can even take those spikes that are on the waist and black them out, so that it's aesthetically like all the spikes on the character. So that's the kind of style, like if you're gonna go like a totally like dark color, you have to have some accents like this that allude to the character in some way or another. And then if you want to really go crazy, oh no, it would have to be an accessory. Okay, all right, that's fair. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm forgetting about the head style there. But yeah, so that's kind of the route that I would go for a really dark style. That's what you kind of want to look for. It's got to have something interesting to it, some sort of a trend. Like where this one, the trend is 2 crystals, like creepy teeth with no eyes, and then you have spikes all over your character. You have to have some sort of a reoccurring theme across your character to really bring the character, you know, to life and kind of get everybody on board with that. I think I have had this style in one of my videos. I just don't remember if I did or didn't. Okay, so we got villain over here. Let's take a look at them. So it looks like they're going with a very ice-themed character. Very nice. The hands and the legs kind of go together. And then we have Hikios, or Herkios. So here we go. I like the statue skin, and then the material for it that's very nice. I like the polished because it almost like shines on the certain stuff like that. I like the aesthetic of that. It's very nice. So I like ancient like figures like that that have that appeal, and the polished marble. I just like that polished marble feel to it. So very nice. And then we have DC Icarus over here. So it looks like they got a Kratos thing going on here. Very nice. I wish we had a skin, like basically a remake of this exact skin. That'd be very cool. I know you could basically remake Thor in this game now, the God of War Thor. They've given us just about everything we need. I mean, I did a video that had him, I don't know, maybe a year or two back. But now there are better skins that you can use with that style to make it even better. Like back in the day, I think I was using the like the Venom Juice skin. Now you can use the I don't know, I think it's Spellbound skin. Yeah, you can use the Spellbound skin now for it. But yeah, very nice. Let's see who we have here. We have Con-El over here. So this is, I'm guessing this is like the new 52 of Superboy of Con-El. So that's kind of nice. Oh, and everybody, that reminds me, that new Superman, that new Superman suit for not Ultimate Superman. I always want to think alternate Superman. It's the Absolute Superman. That suit will have a Superman emblem that is set into the actual chest style. So if there's anybody that has missed the Superman emblem and still hasn't gotten it in the game, well, guess what? You can still get it some way or another, and that suit will be the way that you get it. So I thought that was really interesting, and I'm glad to see that we're going to get something like that. I'm guessing it's going to drop the same day as the DLC, which they've basically, how do I say it? That they've basically confirmed is going to be the 27th of this month. So we're looking at that in like what? Let me look at the date here. So we're looking at that in like another week and a half, 2 weeks. So that's a tall order. So that'll be pretty nice to see it when it comes around. All right, and we got Winter Soldier. Not bad. Could use a material or two. Kind of seems like he's missing that vicious nature to him. Let's see. Oh, Soul Green. That's who I was trying to look for. I totally forgot who I was looking on the list. Soul Green. So they kind of got a Green Lantern style going. I like the Brainiac chest, legs, and feet. They go really well. And then I guess you got like the turret added on the back, the minigun. So it's like a cyborg style, but like turned up quite a bit. So that's very nice there. Very nice. Who else here? We have Prince Michael over here. Very angelic. I like the materials used. This is the magnetic chroma. I don't know where this came from. I think it may have come from a time capsule, or maybe like survival mode or something. Or maybe it was like from like a DLC or something, and I totally forgot. It was probably from Legion, and I totally forgot, like the 31st Century Legion DLC. And then we have Omnivirus over here. find him here. Omnivirus. It's not bad. I mean, I kind of like the cyborg thing with the face and whatnot. It's not bad. And I like the back piece. That's the Hive Master back piece. Very nice. Let me see what else here. We have Cosmic Warden. So this is based on Alan Scott from the Kingdom Come comics for DC. Very nice. The only thing is I wish we had a green material that allowed it to have a glow on the front there. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, other than that, they're probably better off using like maybe like the glowing material or the glowing chroma. Probably the glowing material, to be honest. But I know they're probably trying to go for like the metallic nature of it, so they're not worrying too much about the glow on the front of the armor for the lantern. All right. All right. So we got Woozin over here. Take a look there, and then I'll look at Chrono. I like the shoulders on this. I think this whole style's pretty good. I feel like the belt's a little subdued on the color, maybe a tad too much, but I like the aesthetic of it. It's not bad. And then we have... Let's look at Chrono. Or is he not there anymore? No, he's not there anymore, so we'll just pick a random name and take a look. Okay, so this is pretty nice. Yeah. Very nice. Got a White Lantern style, and they're using the Death Belt. Very nice. And then we have Small saying, thanks for the style help. Your channel inspired me to help make my style. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I just feel like as long as the style's interesting to you and you add something like some sort of a theme to it, that really gets, you know, people like interested. I think that's, people are gonna love those styles more and more, is when there's something to look at. So it's like, as long as there is something interesting about the color, the shape, or just the overall design on it, I think you should be fine. Oh, look at that. Everybody's getting blasted by those orbitals. That's literally insane. That's crazy. Oh, good lord. They got a little Golden Frieza style going on there. They got Isis, Ebon, so they're just stacking that might or precision with it. I think, yeah, the might. They're just stacking that might like crazy. We have Scantless over here. Looks like they have some sort of a Black Lantern style going on here. It's not bad. I kind of like the utility belt look on there. They're using that DC Harley Quinn belt from the pack for the Bombshell DC, and then I like how they're using. Well, they got the indigo on the head, indigo thing on the head, but then it seems like every other area that they have like emblem slots. Yeah, it looks like the Black Lantern emblem and all those, so it's very nice. The only thing I'd recommend, and this is for them if they're watching, the only thing I'd recommend is if you're trying to go for all the Black Lantern emblem symbols, I would use the Reborn head style to get that last bandana across the brow, which will give you the a slot for another Black Lantern emblem. And then I think you'll be complete. and you'll have all the Black Lantern emblems you need for your style set. This was the style I was talking about with Con-El before he switched. Like, I think this is a good style. So, this one, I mean, I know they changed it, not as much, not crazy about that. The other one's better. Let me see here. We got Hestia over here. Somebody said CD Garp. So I'll have to take a look over there and see what they're talking about. I'm not seeing anybody with that name so far. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody of that name. So maybe they can let me know who it actually is later on, because I'm not seeing anybody of that name so far. Alright, so we got Barry Allen over here. So it looks like we got a Sinestro Corps version of him. It's not bad. It just wish he had the longer sleeves for his character. For that Sinestro Corps, and then we have Poseidon over here. I mean, I like this. I'm not crazy about the hair. I feel like the hair should be a different color. It shouldn't be matching the pants and legs. But I also think I think you need to have some change up in terms of like what materials you're gonna use, because it's like I can see like this being bronze, right? Like or like a dark gold or whatever you want to call it. And then, you know, like maybe the waist as well. But it's like, I would probably use something different for the chest style, or something different for the hands and the shoulders. I feel like this is fine. But I feel like you have to have some sort of a mix-up with metals for the materials somewhere around here to give it a little more depth. Because right now I feel like it's kind of, you know, it's kind of just bland. It's just blue and bronze. Not much going on here. I mean, I like the trident. That looks nice, but I feel like this needs to be diversified a little more. And then we have Claire Green. It looks like they're doing like a Blaze today, so we'll take a look. So this looks to be their Blaze character. I haven't seen anybody do a Blaze style in a very long time. So here we are. Very nice. Yeah, very good. I think it's very good style. I think the skin was a good choice. The chest style is not a bad choice. The hand style, I don't know. I'd have to look at the character. This hand style is a good choice, but maybe the new like Dark Keeper one might be a good style choice as well. But either way, it's a very nice style. It's very good. Trying to see who else. Someone I have not seen before. Or style I haven't seen before. So Lifeless said he had his. Let me take a look at him, see if I've seen his before or not. So recent text. No. Recent text, Lifeless, inspect. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I think it's all right. It's just a tad plain for me. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm looking at, so For me, it's probably not hitting as hard as you'd probably think, but yeah, I don't know what I'm quite looking at there. Let's see if we can pick them up. Alright. Yeah, everybody's going mad over here. Okay, alright, I'm gonna go switch to another phase. Let's switch down to 4. Alright, let's take a look here. So we got Wally West over here. So it looks like the black flash going on here. I like that they use the correct head style for that. That's kind of cool. I feel like you could do different tones of black to add a little more depth to the style of the character. But I mean, it's not bad for what it is. And then we have Kaz L over here. So it's like another like Superman variant, pretty much. I like the Superman emblem with like the chest style. I think that works out really nice. Very straight, clean cut, straightforward. And then we have Summer Soldier over here. So it looks like, to me, it kind of looks like Captain America / Bucky Barnes like inspired style. Very nice. I like the star on the chest style. That's a good choice of the chest style. It's like a very like combat ready soldier, like super soldier feel to it. Very nice. Kind of gives me like an Elseworld feel for I'm going to forget her name, 100%, but it's Steve Rogers' love interest in the movies, basically. So she becomes Captain America in like another universe, basically, another reality, and yeah, so that's what it kind of reminds me of, minus like the long hair. So OG Hollow, he says, "Hey Iconic, hey, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to chat." Chosen says, quick question, Iconic. How many types of radiation are there? The only one I know of is gamma radiation. I think there's also like quantum radiation, nuclear radiation. There's a whole bunch of different ones, even ones I'm probably not going to think of. But I think there's, I don't know, I want to say off the top of my head, there's probably 4 to 5 that at least you could probably think of off the top of your head. Yeah, so there you go, Robert. Thank you, Robert. He said Peggy Carter. So it has like a Peggy Carter feel to it from like the What If series for that one suit. But this one's pretty nice as well. This seems to be like an original character style going on here. That, or it kind of reminds me of Alan the Alien when he becomes like leader of the Coalition of Planets. So who knows, right? And then we have here we go, Shaba Shango. So there we go. I mean, it's one material, so it's not terrible, but it could use a few other materials and maybe things added to it to kind of give it a little more body. Alright, let's take a look here at Sir Fortress. I mean, I like the metals on like the chest style. I feel like the materials don't really match up together though. I feel like you need like one unifying material to kind of combine these all together, like a shaded comic or like a glossy finished material, or I would find a leg style that's, I don't know, newer, to where the materials will match up better with the legs, because I feel like the legs, hands, and chest and the shoulders and the head, like they all pretty much come together, but I feel like the legs are like the most glaring issue because they're the oldest piece there, and so the materials on those are going to be vastly different than anything else that's on this suit. I feel like that's something that may need some work there. And then we have Yara Flora over here. This is supposed to be like an alternate version of like Wonder Woman. I like the toning that they did on this. They chose a lot of good pieces for this style, and I like the I like the lasso and the little like details with it. So very nice. The hair matches and everything like to the character, like what they're supposed to and whatnot. So very nice. All right, and then we have Supreme Oladumare. Let's take a look here. Wow, so this is pretty good. I like the blue. I like the ocean blue of the cape on the back. That's really cool. Yeah, that's really nice. I like that. I like the hair combo with the beard. That's pretty nice as well. Yeah. Very nice. And then we got Storm T'Challa over here. I like this version of the character. I like that they use the Reborn shoulder style. That's a really nice clean belt. That's the Wonder Twin belt. You can't go wrong with that. You know, they tried to have the gold on like the gloves as well to kind of accent that. That's really cool. I think they chose a really good chest style. They chose a really good like pant and leg style. I mean, pant and foot style, and meshed that together really well. Yeah, I think they did a really good job with this. Very nice. Let's take a look at Mr. Dark Knight over here, who's engulfing himself in bats. Let's take a look. So this definitely looks like an armored Batman you'd probably see people making back in the Watchtower, maybe in 2017, 2016. It was all the rage to have an armored looking Batman that looked like Batman from the Dark Knight at the time. So that was a big thing for a lot of people. So it's not bad. Like I said, I think something like this needs a little bit of like a diversification in terms of like color. I think that's what they what they really need there is like a bunch of different colors to work in tandem together. All right, let's jump into phase 3 if I can, because we seem to have a bunch of people over there. So let's go take a look. I was in that phase earlier, and it seemed to have quite a few people in there. So we'll take a look. Okay, all right. So we got Tax over here. So it's like a cybernetic like clown inspired thing going on here. Like the aesthetic, you have like the giant pack on like a very small character. They've got like a Harley Quinn like Joker kind of based identity from what it looks like. They're very casual, you know, very casual gloves, chest style, legs, belt, feet. Like, you know, you even have the sneakers on there. You know, and then you have kind of like the bandit identity, you know, with like a kerchief across the front of the face. It's not bad. I kind of like it. I mean, the colors are good. I feel like the white though needs to be changed to something a little more that's not the tone of the character skins. You know, so it kind of comes out a little more. You can see it a little more. It's all about visibility, and if one thing blurs into another and it's not by design, then you know, people are going to lose a lot of detail from that. Like, I like this style a lot. I like, if you see my channel, I like a lot of dark styles, and they did a very good job with this one, because they have like the cracks of the glowing energy through the skin. And then it looks like it has the same cracks going around the character's eyes, which are blacked out. And then you have like a crystal here. You know, the hair, they've got a very like angry appearance to them. And they've got like the, you know, they've got like the cosmic around the neck. They have like the blacked out belt. And then you have like the you have the boots here, but then you have the legs that clip through, and they have like this nice like bands around the legs that you wouldn't see otherwise if you had it all like totally blacked out. But they didn't do that. They didn't black the whole thing out. They have multiple materials together to make it look good and to work. So, yeah, this is very nice style. I like that a lot. You know, they're looking at maybe using like Phoenix on there. I think it was good with the Cosmic. I thought the Cosmic was a home run on that. For me, that was peak right there. All right, and then we have Earth Zero Superman. There we go. So obviously, I'd probably try to use some material on that belt so we can get something from that, because I feel like that color just isn't very flattering for, like, you know, Superman that they're trying to go for. Trying to look at the chest style they're using. The chest style they're using is the Kryptonian flex suit. I could just tell by like the very subtle lines on the arms and things. I could tell that's what it is. And I believe this right here, I'm not seeing a line down the middle, so I want to say it's probably the reverse slimline legs for the male version. But all in all, not bad. Pretty good. And then we have, let's take a look at Ventress Syndulla over here. So this isn't bad. I kind of like the armor, like the tanky armor nature of this. They're not. Okay, I was looking to see like what role they were, you know, because I like to kind of see what people have like in the back of their head, what they're thinking of when they make these styles. I wish they fixed this rune. I'm glad I used it for the style videos that I did, but it's kind of sad now that it's like it looks green in this menu and it's blue in this menu over here. I don't think that's intentional at all. So I wish they kind of fixed that, because they need to, but it's not bad. I'd probably use a slightly different hair tone for her, because I don't know, I think the blue's a little much considering that you have kind of like the grayish blue of the suit, so it's kind of meshing in together. Let's see here. We're gonna look at the tick over here. So here we have the tick. I think the head style is really good for that character. Of course, you have to have the accessories for it. The chest style is good. Like, this is a good, like, basic slimline if you want to go ahead and make, like, a plain character like that. Alright. Alright. And then we have Witch over here. And then I think I'll switch to the first phase again and see if there's any more people over there, and then we'll call it a stream. So very nice, kind of what I expect for a Scarlet Witch character. I always keep pressing the warp menu when I actually mean to do the phases. Give it a few tries. See if I can sneak in there. Storm Goddess says, yes, thank you. That's me as Storm. Thank you, Plasmic, for the showcase of me. Yeah, you're very welcome. You did a very good job on that. Very good job. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the questions now. But, yeah. Very nice. I mean, you can really tell, like, the people that put a lot of effort into their styles to make everything about it as perfect as possible. So I can definitely appreciate that. We have Petro Magnus. So I can see he's trying to make it like a flesh tone, as if it like kind of, you know, it's kind of like an open shirt. I mean, I like it. It's not bad. I kind of like the foot style that they use, the hands and all that. I think I've vaguely seen this style like in the comics of the character before, so it's not bad. I kind of like it. Alrighty. Is that? I think we got a Rose Wilson over here. Let's take a quick look. Yep, she's wearing the right chest style, leg style's pretty good, hands are good, feet are good. The leg style, I mean the waist style kind of makes sense, and the sword on the back is not bad. I see they're trying to go for like the kind of casual look with like the baseball hat turned upside, you know, backwards, for a little more of a casual swing to the style. And then we have Yara Floor over here. It looks like they have another style going on. I'm not sure about the leg style. I mean the foot style, if that's supposed to be part of it, like that kind of that aesthetic to it. But I mean I like the rest of the style. I think what I've seen, and you'll probably see in one of my styles, I did use this combination. And I think it'll be my second time using this combination with another style I've made. But basically, like the chest and leg style, like they work insanely good together, and they're not even part of the same style set. So it's very easy to come to that conclusion to end up using those styles for that. And then we have Prince Eric over here. And it looks like he's using the new White Lantern chroma for his chest and hand style. Alright. Let's see if we have anyone over here. I think I'll look at two more styles and then I think we can call it. Let me take a look at him real quick because you might have something good over here. Parker Robbins. I kind of like this. It's like a twisted Batman with like a red clown nose. I kind of like that. It's a very like creepy, weird, dark like version of the character. It's not bad. Kind of like that. And then we'll look at one more here. It's got to be a good one. Oh boy, we got a White Lantern Vegeta. You got Super Ball. You got Dragon Ball Super characters making it into the Lantern mythos. All right, I'm gonna look at V Easy over here. So they've got a Black Lantern kind of going on here. Very nice aesthetically. I think they're using the. I want to say that's a split personality face style that they're using with the Hive Master head style. It's a very basic style, but I feel like the material's pretty nice. This is one of the new ones. And you got the Black Lantern emblem and just the black glow aura, so very nice. Well, let's take a quick look at Dope over here, since we're over here. It's not bad. I kind of like the aesthetic of all the spikes on the shoulders and the back. Very nice. Let me check one more person because I know, is it who I think it is? Okay. I know more facts. I know they do pretty good styles, but I don't recognize who that is. So I appreciate you all for hanging out with me on this Sunday evening, rather. And I appreciate you all for showing me what you got today and this week. I know a lot of people worked on their styles pretty hard, and some of them some of them definitely showed. So I appreciate y'all, and I will see you all in the next one. Laters.